What is up, YouTube? It's your man back here at you again with another episode of Cigars and Conversation. I've been sitting here smoking for a minute to myself, but then I decided, you know what? I need to talk to you guys. Now, I ain't got nothing real major to talk about, but I said, hey, I need to talk to you guys. I don't have a joke or anything, but I said, you know what? Let me take this wrapper off right here. Before my cigar is gone, let me have a conversation. Now, I know y'all see me lighting with this barbecue lighter, but before I even got to this point, I was down here chilling with my wife, She doing her thing, I'm doing mine, but I think she used the rest of my lighter fluid, so, I ain't got no more lighter fluid left on that note. But a couple of things, I like that you guys are here, man. I wish you guys can be here with me, and talk with me. Wish you could be right here, have a beer with me and all that. I had a couple of guys mention something about Zoom before, and I said, Zoom be cool. I said Zoom would be cool. I'm down for that. Anything that's free, pretty much, because I do this for fun. I don't want to do it if it costs. I think we can get up to like 15 people maybe or something like that before Zoom want to charge. But anyhow, I want to get with you guys about what you gonna do when there's a power outage, or we fall off the grid or the power grid. I know y'all see this right here, one that's here, because I was gonna talk a little bit about it, but I want to what I want to get a raccoon. I don't know if y'all remember them coon hats with the raccoon head and the raccoon tail. Hey, I miss those. I'm a 90s kid. Well, I'm not a kid now, but I'm a grown man. But hey, I grew up as a teenager and all that in my stomping ground years in the 90s. Now, when I was wearing the coon hats, it was in the 80s, but if you're my age, you feel that flow, because that was our days when we was young. We busted that stuff. We used to watch fat boys wearing that kind of stuff. And then, we just grew up. And we still growing up, but the 90s was the stuff. Everybody think their era was the stuff. Everybody think it. And it might be so, because at the same time, I think eras before ours was cool. But after the 90s, when 2000 came, I think that's when everything went south. And people probably think, oh, we didn't have this and that. Well, that's fine, because we didn't need this and that. If you think about it now, technology is what's killing us. Kids don't even know how to socialize nowadays because of technology. They sit in their room all day on the game, on their computer. They don't know how to go out, play tag, throw a ball, play hide and go seek. If you was like me, hide and go get it. If you've been in that time, you know what hide and go get it is. But they don't know nothing about them outdoor activities like that, man. I feel like they've been robbed, but technology is what's robbed them, But it's crazy. And another thing, I wish I could share with you guys what I'm listening to right now. But what I'm gonna do is YouTube Shorts. They'll let me share with you guys the music that I'm listening to, but they won't let me do it on the channel. I do not get it. But hey, it's YouTube's algorithm, But I'll sit and do like this. I'm just vibing to my music because I got my Bluetooth in my ear, but I can't let you guys hear because I don't want to get a copy strike from YouTube, or possibly get my video taken down. But you know, when we was little, man, you got E40 in the clique. You got Master P them. You got NWA, man. You got MC8, Brother Lynch, True, Spice One, Scarface, Ghetto Boys. I mean, good grief, man. We had the music for real. Nowadays, this rap, it's a bunch of garbage. They don't know how to tell a story, paint a plot. 8 Ball MJG, man, them guys was the best storytellers ever. All these guys nowadays this music is trash. They make some real quick stuff for you to shake your butt in the club real quick and move on. It ain't nothing that you want to keep and, you know, let it known. They get a gold album for it because it's trash. But back to preparing yourself, man. Primitive skills. This guy right here, I know y'all probably thinking like, oh, that's a BB gun. No, it's not quite a BB gun. This is a barrel break. With this right here, it's just as powerful as a 22 rifle, but I can shoot it in my neighborhood and everything like that without a loud bang or nothing like that, offending the neighbors or waking anybody up during the night or anything like that. But the only downfall for that for me is, you know, whenever you kill something, it's a sin if you don't eat it, or at least prep it for at least somebody else to eat. I don't know, but you got to be eating. And living in the city, I don't want to eat no raccoon. I ain't never tried raccoon or squirrel. But the downfall to that is, them things, you never know what they eat. If I stayed off in the mountains or somewhere, and they probably be kosher. They probably be all kosher to eat something like that, but because you know they eating probably maybe other animals and nuts and berries and things like that. But in the city, they eating all kind of trash, rubbish, and probably roadkill. I ain't gonna tell them what they're eating, so it wouldn't be wise for me. Not gonna say for anybody, but it wouldn't be wise for me to eat a raccoon that I done caught and everything, you know. But I'm trying to get my primitive skills up, especially stuff like making fire. You need to learn how to make a fire. I'm gonna take you guys through all that with me. I'm not gonna have videos that make like I got it all, because I don't have it all. I ain't gonna be like some of them people that make a video and they make a fire like in 5 minutes, because it's way tougher than that. It's way tougher. So if you guys are learning or want to learn, I'm learning too. I'm gonna take y'all on the ride along with me, to see how I do it and how my endeavors and how hard it was for me to learn. And it's not gonna be on this channel. It's gonna be on my other channel, where it's what's the name of that channel? It's I'll have to put it on there. I know it's self-defense. Something I gotta relook at it because I renamed it so many times. Because you want to kind of have a unique name, so you can kind of be different from other channels. Because everything out there has been done by somebody, but you want your stuff to be at least stand out within the top 1,000. Yes, I said 1,000 because YouTube is so broad. So you don't want something in the millions where everybody, you know, it's hard to find you, but you want something kind of unique. But like I said, I got different channels. This one right here is my vlog. It's me personal and things I do. What I talk about things I do, but more so my feelings and things like that, because I have a channel where I actually do everything I do. It's Mark Lewis, you know, from A to Z, but you're not gonna catch me smoking on that channel because I got nieces and nephews. They like my YouTube channels, and I don't want them sitting here and smoking and everything. I'm not trying to advertise smoking with them or and everything. You never know what a kid might do. Because at the same time, they watching you at the same time. So you never know what they may want to pick up from you and things like that. But a channel like that, I know that they subscribe to. I don't do it on there, even though it's everything I do. And the reason why I have a channel for everything I do is because I want you still to know me. But this right here is me straight up talking. But everything I do is everything I do. And then I got my other separate channels is because I done lost plenty of subscribers. You won't believe, because I got a cooking channel too. And that's Head Savage Kitchen. But let's say, for instance, in the Head Savage Kitchen, I got something on that channel posted where I'm like fixing an engine or a motor, changing the oil, changing the manifold, or I don't know, any kind of repair work or making something, That same time, somebody that got wind of me from some kind of meal that I prepped or a recipe, they'll see that and be like, oh, they are unsubscribed because it ain't all about cooking. So I learned that I got to break my stuff down like that. So I got my cooking channel. I got my survival and defense channel. I have this right here. And then I got my cooking channel. I might have mentioned that already, but with so much that I do, I'm like a jack of all trades, but I'm not going to say I'm a jack of all trades because really I'm a master of none, but I do it well enough for me. I do it well enough for me. And at the end of the day, what I'm talking to you guys about is you better learn how to do a lot, because I think the world is doomed. The world is doomed. And what I mean by the world is doomed, technology is going to do us all in. And take our kids, for example, A lot of them can't even function in the social world. They got social anxiety because all they know is to sit in front of the computer or the game and talk to people. When it comes to a one-on-one, it ain't got to be a one-on-one, but in-person communication, they're lost without that phone or something in their hand, man. And, and a lot of adults is going to be lost because they depend on technology to do a lot. Like you got a lot of these people out here depending on this Bitcoin. Excuse me. That Bitcoin is what's going to really tear you up. I mean, they pumping Bitcoin more than any other kind of investment ever in life. And the reason why is because you can buy Bitcoin to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, I got $20 worth of Bitcoin. You want to buy it. You don't have no kind of technology skills. All you know is to click a button on the app. Well, okay, I got $20 worth of Bitcoin. I can sell you for 25. It's always some kind of fee involved, And that 5 is mine, while you get your little $20 worth of Bitcoin. There's always some kind of something involved. While they talk about this cryptocurrency, a new kind of money, everybody's not accepting Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really good, and I won't even say it's really good, but it's benefiting a lot of that overseas transactions. And that's because a lot of people don't want banks involved. And you can get away with it like that because you don't want the banks involved. But at the same time, it's like my boy Kenny Rogers said, you gotta know when to fold them, know when to hold them. And same thing like poker. You better know when to sell them coins, because you're trying to hold on to it, think you're gonna get rich because you just sitting there holding on it. You probably make a little money, but you better know when to sell it. You better know when to sell it for it to become value, because at the same time, when they're talking about the value of Bitcoin, they talk about how the dollar, when the inflation is going down, well, the value of Bitcoin, if you think about it, is tied back to the dollar. It's tied back to the dollar, man. So If you don't convert it back to the dollar, you just sitting on ones and zeros. And you know what I mean by ones and zeros if you know anything about computers, because that's all that is ones and zeros. You know, people mine Bitcoins, crunching numbers and all that. It all goes back to computer language, ones and zeros. So if we lost power, you out there get all your investments tied up in Bitcoin, you lost. You know what I'm saying? You lost. So you better have something to fall back on. And you know what I'm saying, what I mean by fall back on, you better be able to go back into the time where we was doing trade. I ain't gonna say you necessarily have to have money, but money can buy you gold. And Bitcoin can buy you gold, but still though, you're gonna have something to trade, something physical. Bitcoin is not physical. You lose power, and you say y'all got this amount of Bitcoin, you ain't got nothing without power, man. You don't have nothing. But if you got your investments tied up in at least cash or gold, you got something to show, something physical to show for. Bitcoin, you ain't got nothing to show for, man. You got all these companies coming up with their cryptocurrencies. I mean, good grief. When Trump lost the election, man, he came up with two. You know what I'm saying? You got Mega Coin and Trump Coin. I don't know how good they doing. I don't follow them too much, but everybody coming up with their own coin. You got Walmart coming up with a coin. And to me, that's like saying, okay, how easy it is for people to be coming up with these Bitcoins and stuff, right? And any company can come up with it. Why did they ever stop counterfeit money? I mean, if you can make your own money, that's like counterfeiting. Kind of in a way, right? But no. And the reason why I say no is because you got a cryptocurrency. It's not accepted everywhere, man. It's not accepted everywhere. So they're pulling everybody in with this talking about a new kind of money. Dude, no, basically you a new kind of dummy if you fall for it. Okay, yeah, you know, inflation, that's going on, but it's been going on, so you're not gonna beat inflation. Even with cryptocurrency, because even if you use cryptocurrency, the value of whatever you buy is still tied back to the dollar, so you're still not gonna beat inflation. So, I don't know, folks. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. Let me know if I'm wrong. That's why I wish we had a Zoom so we can actually speak. I like how a lot of you guys out there talk, because I read my comments. I like reading my comments. I hope you guys leave me a comment right now, because I get a feel of what some of you might be saying, because I read my comments. And I don't care if it's a negative comment or not. I don't hate. I let you voice your opinion and I go along with it. I mean, not along with it, but everybody's entitled to say what they want to say. So you can say whatever you want to say. Just be real with yourself. This is YouTube. That's why it's called YouTube. But take another sip. But I don't know, folks. The world is going crazy. You better get your primitive skills up while you try to step on this technology, while you're trying to step on that technology in Bitcoin. When you have a power outage, everybody's going to be lost. I don't know if I said this before or not, because I actually had to start this video over like one time because I thought my camera was rolling when it wasn't. My cigar done went out, and I wouldn't be surprised if before long YouTube come out with their own cryptocurrency. I mean, so many people are suckers. They just diving into it like, oh, give me that. I mean, come on, man. Walmart. I mean, Coca-Cola. I mean, everybody's getting their own coin, and you can't even spend it everywhere. So it's like It's like an investment. Get in and get out, man. Like I said, Kenny Rogers, no one to hold him, no one to fold him, man. And if you ain't studied the game, don't be messing with no cryptocurrency if you don't even know how to trade. At least mess with pennies, not necessarily pennies, but at least mess with day trading first before you get into Bitcoin. Because you got to know how to trade, know when to sell, when to hold. You got to know how to read charts. You got to know when something is bearish or bullish, and you only gonna know what that means if you messing with stocks. You got to know what the candlesticks, how to read that. I mean, it's a lot you got to know, man. Don't just be going into somebody's eyes closed and don't know nothing, man. They're getting your money, man. I know a lot of you out there has been got. A lot of you. And I hate my video wasn't playing at first because I don't want to miss anything or any information I'm trying to school you guys up on. But I'm going to review this right here. And if I miss something, it'll be in the next vlog. It'll be in the next vlog because, you know, this is what I do. This is what I do, man. That's what I do. I just want you guys to be smart about what you do. Don't get caught up in the game, man. And they playing a big game on us right now with this Bitcoin, man. They're playing a big game on us. And then the thing about it is, you know, like Trump or Walmart or anything, or anybody who makes this stuff, Bitcoin was the first one that started it all. So they're pretty much almost like the monopoly in the game. They got it sold up. You got Bitcoin ATMs here and there. And that's another good investment if you want to get into that. But you get into it with the ATM part, not the investing in the Bitcoin, because like I was saying, you charge people to buy that Bitcoin. You probably don't even own one Bitcoin ever, but you buy it, you take their money and bam, boom. You know what I'm saying? That technology, you get it, you keep whatever you charge them for them to buy it. And they think they done made something. They think they doing something because they done got them some Bitcoin. And everybody know right now, everybody should right now, Bitcoin is the highest. So what kind of money are you gonna make off of Bitcoin right now and let's say go a little bit more? I mean, it probably can go a little bit more, but like everything is like a mountain. Everything has a peak. At that peak, it got to go down. If you don't know where that peak is, you doomed. Because at that peak, you got to know when to sell. If you don't sell at that peak, you don't even have to sell at that peak, but you can sell on the incline or the decline. But the thing is, wherever you got in at it at, wherever you got in at, sell before it plummets it. I keep getting tongue-tied, but sell before it plummeted to where you got in at least so you can make some kind of money. And the only way for you to know that is to constantly watch it, know something about day trading, and that's what it all is trading, man. They tell you the American dollar is fading, but no, the only thing is not really fading, and as everything goes up, they talking about inflation, but everything going to inflation over time. It's like gas. Way back in the day, you know, you could buy gas for 15 cents. Nowadays, it's like $3. Everything going to inflate. Everything. So you're not beating inflation just because it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes back to the American dollar or whatever currency you were in, man. It's just amazing how many fools is out there to me, you know. I mean, it's all right if you got money to gamble with, and that's what it is. It's gambling. You got money to gamble with, and then do it, brother, sister, whatever, mother, daddy, father. You got money to gamble with, do it. Do it, man. More obliged to you because everybody want to get rich overnight, or at least they want their money to be working for them. Everybody want their money to work for them. What kind of person would you be if you didn't want your money to work for you? But everybody wants that. Another jam. I wish I could play it for y'all, but I will on my YouTube shorts. I don't know, people, but we are in the end of times. My thing is, and get into your primitive skills, bushcrafting, learn how to make a fire, learn how to set up a shelter, learn how to hunt, or learn how to make traps. And that's the basic. Now you can take it a step further, or learning what kind of plants you can eat out there if it came down to it. That's if you care about surviving, man. But if you want to just die along with everybody else, then don't even worry about nothing I just said. But you're going to want to, trust me. When your back is up against the wall, when it comes to starving, you'd be surprised at what you'll decide to eat. And whatever you decide to eat, you want to make sure you at least know that it's the right thing to eat, because there's nothing worse than a slow death because you done ate the wrong thing. You sitting up there throwing up your guts and something that ate you up from the inside out. But one thing's for sure with all that, you can't be running around eating raw meat. So that takes me back to making a fire. Learn how to make a fire. I mean, if anything, learn how to make a fire, keep you a good knife, and a fishing pole. Everybody should eat fish. If you don't, I guarantee you will before this is all over with. I don't know, folks, but like I said, I'll be back at you again. I thank you guys for watching Cigars and Conversation. I'm your host, Mark Lewis, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it in, Thank you for watching. Peace out.